lot of men that's been dropping receipts on women asking for money, especially in this, harder time with the economy. I want you to hear what this little young sister going to say about it, but I repeated many, many times about how I feel about, if women ask a man for some money. But let's go ahead and check that out.
Have y'all seen that thread on Twitter of men showing receipts, basically of women like begging them for money? When I tell you, I've been dying laughing at that thread for like days now. I can't believe it, but I'm actually on the man's side when it comes to this, because the way that some of these women are begging men for money, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a pick-me, and I totally feel like a man should be paying for a lot of things. But asking a man for money and you've only known him for 2 days is just, it's wicked. Really hurting my heart, y'all. I'm hoping that majority of those women actually hate those men and they just want them to stop texting them. Because if there's a man that you don't want him around and he refuses to leave you alone, I'm telling you, the quickest way to get rid of him is to ask him for some money. I promise you. It works every time like a charm, okay? Ask that man for some money. Now, if he's annoying and won't go away and you ask him for some money and he send it and he still don't go away, then you got another problem on your hands. And I'm going to say that ain't really a problem. Ugh. I have the hardest time asking a man for something. Like, I would rather you just do as opposed to me having to ask. But it's females out here really asking men. Like, I'm talking about not even saying good morning first. Just straight out. Like, I need this. Like, as a woman that takes care of the majority of all of her own responsibilities, I don't really want to have to ask you for this, and that. Like, I would rather you, after observation, like, see how I live and then just add to that. Am I crazy? Maybe I need to get out here and start dry begging, asking for $50.
I come from a different time period, and I understand we have more just from the observation. The reason why some of the women have no problem asking for money these days, because unfortunately that trick/simp mentality has crept in to the point where the guys never really shut that down, and they give them money, give them money for nails, give them money for this, and they just met them, and that's really what it is. Just period. Now, if you're a man about any kind of self, respect, the only time you should be giving money up like that is to your children, to your wife. Okay, no problem. Wife definitely has unlocked every level. If that's your girlfriend, y'all been in a relationship, then y'all supposed to be doing for each other anyway, right? But if you just met her and she's asking you for $50, you just met her and she said she's trying to ask you to help her with her rent, her car note, whatever, then she needs a job, and you need to say, hey, I'm not an ATM. Or, okay, if I give you this money, then shoot, interest rates are like 6%. Well, shoot, I need 6% interest back. I mean, come on. I mean, if you go even on the first date, fellas, and she just start even getting into your business too much about what you doing for a living and how much you making and all that, then you probably need to ask, is this a date or this is like a business meeting? If it's a business meeting, I'm going to switch to business. Then we're not going to talk a date anymore. Why would you be all up in a man's business, especially on the first date? I'm not saying you don't ask if the man got a job, he gainfully employed. That's important. But asking how much you make a year and all that's not really, her business. I mean, just met you. Like, man, y'all not even in a relationship yet. And you want to be running the pockets? Like, I don't know you. Who to say that you meet men and find out how much they make so you can get with your thug cousins to go rob them? Nobody knows. So you do not be telling no woman how much you making. And if she in the gate asking for everything, she's going to be a problem. She's a problem. Well, if he wants to see me, he should help me get my nails done. No. Get your own nails done. If you can't afford it, go get you some press-on nails. The interesting part is my little girl, and she's a child. She goes to AliExpress and get the press-on nails. A lot of them look nice, too. And she paid $2 and some odd cents on the press-on nails from the Chinese. A lot of them be looking nice. I'm like, wow, they actually look pretty good. So yeah, I guess that's what the men should do. Order you something from AliExpress for $2 in some more sense and give you, and that'd be your nails. Get that done. Paying them people $100 some odd dollars, almost $200 for nails. And then you want to call a man broke. You asking for money. He ain't broke. Broke people don't ask nobody for money. Right? Just saying. So yeah, it's good they put them out there. Constantly put them out there because they shouldn't be asking you for no money. They like to say the word weird. That is weird. You don't even know this person asking you for money. Like, man, do you need to go to the food bank line or something? No, I tell a man this: for every dollar, every hour of your life is a dollar amount. Okay, if you got a job, let's say you make $20 an hour and you give this woman money that you just met. Money for her nails. And nails, a lot of times I'm going on a conservative end, $100. Okay. So 5 hours of your work week gone. 5 hours of your life gone to a woman you just met because time equals money. So 5 hours of your life was gone to a woman who didn't earn any of it. And then what's so cold about these women today, they'll talk to you. They got 5, 10 other ones in their phone they asking money from. And they show no loyalty to none of them. So you got to be the one that's smart to say, no, you can run their pocket, but you're not running mine. Then they got dudes that they don't even ask a dime from, and they giving everything to. They be asking you for money and then asking some scrub over here that they like, and he ain't got to give her a dime. So don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. The only thing I tell men, now you want to pay them, it's your business, but I'm sorry, time equal money. And I also, you look at, men, you got to look at things as a business. That's not a wise investment. It's not wise. What return on investment you going to get out of that? By giving her money for some nails, giving her money for her house. Like, what return on investment you going to get? And I'm sorry, her doing something with you in the bedroom, that's not worth anything. It's not worth anything. You got to think more of yourself than that. I mean, if you're looking to do that, I guess you might well go to 304 somewhere, right? But no, don't give up no money, man. That psychology telling you broke. That's the funny part. You broke because you won't open your wallet. But then you say, okay, well, how much money you got in your bank account right now? Matter of fact, how much you paid in taxes last year? Oh, you got a refund. You know what I'm saying? It's that right there. So, now don't give up nothing. Now, as your wife, your girlfriend, that's different. But just some randoms, no.